All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Issachar.
Zion Ba.
The brother Kawam Gabar.
We're coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. All right, without further ado, we're going to go into the talk about the missiles, the Lord's army. We're going to talk about those I.C.B.Ms, that they are indeed fact a big part of prophecy. So without further ado, go ahead, Paul.
This is Matthew 10 and 34. It says, but think not that I've come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. Because everyone thinks that so-called Jesus is going to come back with lollipops and gun drops and everything. Everyone's going to be saved, but that's totally not true. He's coming with a sword. With the sword is what the brother was talking about, the Lord's army, which are the I.C.B.M missiles, intercontinental. How do you say it again?
Intercontinental ballistic missile.
Yeah,
I.C.B.M.
I.C.B.M missiles that the Lord has created. I'm gonna go to Isaiah 54 and 16 real quick. Yeah. Because he gave Esau, Edom, the blueprint through the Spirit to bring his instrument to destroy Esau. Right? This is Isaiah 54 and 16. It says, "Behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and the bringeth forth the instrument for his work." Whose work? Who are the instrument? Who are the smiths? The modern was German and Russia, right? So Russia got a German smith, and America got the German smith. That's to create the Lord's to create the Lord's instrument for fire, because of Babylon the Great will be destroyed with fire and brimstone. Will be fire. It starts with the Lord's missiles. One shot's is gonna shoot from one end to the earth to the other. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like pure darkness out here, man. And that's what we're waiting for, man. And it says, "Behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and bringeth forth an instrument for his work. I have created the waster to destroy." Who is the waster? Esau, Edom. Right? The waster is the missiles.
That's it.
So the wasters are the missiles to destroy Esau's rulership.
Huh?
So lucky about that. But go ahead. That was it.
All right, you want to go?
Didn't you want to get into those articles?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so right here on this article is we got one real fast from Russia. You see, it says right here, Putin hitman threatens to blow U.S. to hell with radioactive tsunami as World War III fears explode. All right, and that just happened, about 4 days ago. And then I'm just gonna read the headlines. I'm not gonna go too much into it. And this one right here, this one's new. That just happened this past Wednesday.
What is the report? What is the publication?
Yeah, the U.S. Express.
U.S. Express?
Yeah.
Okay, so USExpress.com.
Right there, yeah. It's this. And so this one right here is from space.com. And it's a military. It's a U.S. military launches unarmed intercontinental ballistic missile on 4,200-mile test flight. And that was Wednesday. The U.S. military launched an intercontinental ballistic missiles Wednesday to showcase readiness of its nuclear arsenal. Right there, let's see the launch of unarmed Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile I.C.B.M took place on Wednesday, May 21st at 3:01 a.m. All right, local Pacific time. The missile launched from Vandenberg Space Force based in California.
Vandenberg.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that
It says California. I don't know exactly where, but right there. Right there. Based in California, sending a single re-entry vehicle 4,200 miles to impact the U.S. Army Ronald Reagan ballistic missile defense test site. Well, that's pretty much it.
I got a quick precept. As you can see,
Yeah.
the brother just grabbed an article showing that the Russians and the quote-unquote U.S. both are testing their missiles, right?
Right.
All preparing for war. So this is Joel 3:9, and it reads, "Proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up." All right. So these nations are preparing for war, right? But let's read on verse 10. "Beat your plowshares into swords." All right. Plowshares are farming tools, but they're being made into swords. Means what weapons? Salakia. Essentially weapons. All right, to destroy. Right. "And your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong." All right. So many countries who at one time didn't have nuclear weapons and capabilities now have so. Now the weak are saying they are strong.
That's right.
And they're all preparing for war, right? That third woe, right? The scriptures say the second woe has passed, and behold, the third woe coming quickly, right? And we're vastly approaching that. You see?
That's it.
And another quick little precept, Isaiah 9:5, and it reads, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood." All right, close to close, hand-to-hand combat, right? But let's read on. "But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." All right, and which kind of fire? Thermonuclear fire. You see? But yeah, I just wanted to grab those two quick precepts, showing that these nations are preparing for war. All right, and they're going to be using the weapons of the Lord's indignation, which are these missiles. All right, so now we can go ahead and get into that. I don't know if the brother's holding a precept.
I got Malachi 4:1.
Okay.
Malachi 4:1. "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch." See that? So not even a root, not even a branch, not even one stick. You know, like you see in the movie Book of Eli, how when society collapsed, how like you would see an abandoned building or like a concrete pipe in there. There's not even gonna be that. It's gonna be total desolation. Not even neither no root, no branch, not even a stick. You know, nothing. No abandoned car, no abandoned building. Everything is about to be completely wasted on the 5,000 square miles of America. And just to show you that, like what the brother just read, say the weak I am strong, to show you that those I.C.B.Ms, will be used. They're not just created for a scare tactic, that they will be used very soon. That's the second death. They play a heavy part in prophecy. See? All right, so
I got Jeremiah 51.
All right, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 51 and 1 through 3, and then I'm going to jump down to verse 11. And it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai Power, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwelleth in the midst of them that raise up against me a destroying wind." That destroying wind is the I.C.B.M missiles, right? "And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. In the day of trouble they shall be against her around about," because all the nations are mad, right? All the nations are mad, so all the nations have have dealt with this country, Babylon the Great, this whore. Now see how Babylon has done to the other nations, right? So it's all payback. It's all payback. Now this is the time the Lord's going to pay back Babylon the Great for what she has done, what the nation of Esau has done to his people, right? Mainly his people.
That's right.
But ultimately, this was all prophecy, right? Like the brother said in Revelations 11 and 14, the second war is past, but the third war coming quickly. It's all prophecy. It's all prophesied in the Bible. So we're just breaking it down to you through the spirit and prophet Yahweh Shai, and we're showing you that all these articles are linking up to what? Bible prophecy, right? And it says, verse 3, it says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up against the brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Right? Read it again. It says, him against him that bendeth the bow, that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. So when, you know, a modern, you know, like an archer, you stretch back that the bow and you just, right, as far as you can, and see how far it can go. But it's not talking about a modern day bow. It's talking about because the prophets, Jeremiah is showing you a future prophecy.
Yes, and he was describing it with the modern, the time, the words, with the words of those times, you see?
Yeah.
And the Lord is often parabolic.
Yeah.
So he's referring to these missiles as bows and arrows, you see? But they're actually referring to those I.C.B.M. nuclear missiles.
That's right. Yeah. It says, against him that lifted himself up against his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy utterly all her host. I'm talking about you can't come up against the Lord.
Yeah.
You're not going to come up against the Lord.
And those missiles, as you can see, it said, destroy ye all her host, the young men and the old. So those missiles are not going to discriminate.
Yeah. That's right. That's right, King. Damn right.
That's right. And then I'm going to jump down to verse 11. And it reads, make bright the arrows, gather the shields.
Once again, the scriptures referring to those missiles as arrows. It's parabolic talk.
Yeah. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. Who are the kings of the Medes?
That's the modern day Russians.
Huh? Right? The modern day Russians. Right?
See, that's the Lord's stirring them up.
Yeah.
The Lord's bringing this thing, you know?
Yeah. Ezekiel 37 and 38. Chapters 37 and 38. Right?
Huh?
It says, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it. The modern day Babylon is what? America. Because it's not talking about
ancient Babylon.
Ancient Babylon.
Right.
It's talking about the modern day Babylon. Modern day Babylon is America. Right? It says, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Right? This is the righteous anger. This is his vengeance. He has a controversy with the land. You know?
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was it?
Mm-hmm. That was it.
I got right here. I got one.
Go ahead.
This is Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Because you go watch Judgment Day, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Yeah.
When Sarah Connor was holding on to the fence, and the destroying wind, right, came and just wiped the whole land out, and all you saw was her skeletal bones with holes in her eyes. That's what the Lord is trying to tell you. That's exactly, art imitates life. Whatever you see in the movies is going to happen in real life. You're not going to get away with it. No one's getting away with none of it.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. There's no escape.
No escape. You know?
Yeah.
I got that 2 Ezra 16.
Oh, there's a little more.
Okay. It's like
it's all good. And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That's all.
So the scriptures are painting a vivid picture.
Mhm.
All right, where your tongue's gonna melt in your mouth from that thermonuclear fire. That is a terrible, terrible death.
Because ultimately,
That's right.
that the Lord is keeping that tongue. The Lord is going to make you feel every inch of his righteous anger.
Okay.
You know, because just fire dissolves the tongue. So just imagine the Lord keeping your tongue so you can, you know, that's bad. That's fear. You know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, and I'm going to begin at the 13th verse, and it reads, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow." All right. Now, who says it's the right hand of the Heavenly Father, our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, right? Well, let's read on. "His arrows that he shooteth are sharp." So once again, this is actually going into those I.C.B.M. Nuclear missiles. All right. And shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. You see that? So all those missiles are actually going to hit their targets. It just said they will not miss, and it says when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. All right.
Are we not at the ends? Is not America at the ends of the world?
And that also goes to show you that it's not talking about your typical bow and arrow, because there's no, I don't care how strong a man is, they're not going to be able to pull back and shoot a bow from one continent to the next.
Right.
So that shows you the difference. Once again, it's parabolic talk. All right, it's going into those I.C.B.M. nuclear missiles. You see? All right.
That's right.
Now I'm going to read out verse 14. "Behold, the plagues are sent, and they shall not return again." That final plague being those I.C.B.M. nuclear missiles, right? "Until they come upon the earth." Verse 15, "The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consumes the foundations of the earth." All right, as that brother read in Malachi, right? So everything's going to be burnt up, you see? Verse 16, "Like an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backwards, even so the plagues that shall begin to be sent upon the earth shall not return again." So once they're shot off, they're all going to hit their the marks that Yahweh Shem El Shai intends them to hit. All right, and the primary destruction is going to be Babylon the Great, aka America, which will no longer be inhabited again.
That's right, bro.
You see, and I got another precept just showing that all those missiles are going to hit their marks. This is in Joel the second chapter, and it reads, "They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the walls like men of war, and they shall march every one in his ways." All right, this is going into the missiles, you see? "And they shall not break their ranks." You see that? Verse 8, here's the point. "Neither shall one thrust one another." So there's not going to be a so-called missile defense system or anything to stop these missiles, right? It says, "Neither shall thrust one another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded." You see? So every last one of those missiles are going to hit their marks. All right?
That's it.
Khan, I don't know if you brothers got another precept.
This is Isaiah 24, verse 20. It says, verse 19. And it says, "The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is cleansed, dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be moved like a cottage, and the transgressions thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and it shall not rise again." It's talking about Babylon the Great. It was not after the missiles being shot off. When the missiles are shot off, it's gonna shake the earth like a earthquake, right? And after the missiles are shot over here and land and destroy Babylon the Great, is not gonna be inhabited ever again.
Ever again.
This is a place of greatest judgment, known in history, because it's his story to bring forth his destruction. You see? And all we can do is just wait. Wait on the Lord. And this brings the prophets, the men of the Lord, peace, ultimate peace, knowing that this is gonna end at a certain time, at a certain point, in a certain day. And we're approaching, those days are approaching, because that's all you hear is war, 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 war. Because isn't the Yahweh Shemel Shai in Exodus 15:3 says Yahweh Shemel Shai is a man of war, and war is his name. He's the ultimate warrior. Because of what this land and what this earth has done to his people. You see? So let me get Isaiah 66 and 15 through 17. Man. And it says, For behold, I will come with fire, and my chariots like a whirlwind. Right? Because when the missiles are shot off, right, that's when the Lord's going to return. And he's going to shoot his laser beams from the chariots. It's going to be overkill. Right? It's going to be like we've never seen nothing like this. It's never going to be nothing after this. Right? And it says, For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shemashah will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury. You see, his anger, right?
Right.
It's his anger. It's his,
That's right. Yeah, that whirlwind represents destruction,
Yep.
Those chariots are coming to do execute judgment out here.
That's it, bro. And his rebuke with the flames of fire, and for by fire and by his sword, Yahweh Shemel Shai will plead with all flesh. Means that word plead means to judge all flesh. And the slain of the Lord shall be many. It's talking about everybody except for the elect and the ones that are allowed to be saved. Because we can only tell you through our emotions how angry the Lord is going to be. But the Lord said in Isaiah 58:9, it says, "My ways are not your ways. My ways are higher than your ways." You right? That means what? The Lord's. We can only tell you, but we don't really. We prophesy in part. We know in part. Anybody else got a closing script for us?
Yeah, I got. This is Revelation. You got one?
No, you did.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 20, verse 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So that's gonna be, because there's gonna be, over 200 million warheads that are gonna hit America. That's in Revelation chapter 9. So that's that's gonna be total overkill out here. It's a lake of fire. You imagine, all those warheads and missiles, fired off and being hit at the same time. Imagine what that's that lake of fire right there. That second death. So this is why we give all diligence to make our calling and election sure. You got one?
No, you're good, King. The difference between Babylon the Great and ancient Babylon, just difference.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, we're good, King.
Okay. So that's it on today's lesson on the I.C.B.M. Lord willing, the hopeful elect was edified and faith boosted. And with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. And with that, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.